Not yet. Okay, I forgot. I got to do the banner. I am tripping.
You went live for that?
Yeah, I pushed not yet.
Okay.
Come on. That's not me. Come on. Oh, that is me right
You
here.
live right
Okay.
now. It hit my watch.
Jeremy.
What did it say?
Were you connected to create this face?
I am?
Were you connected to create this face?
Oh my
Create this
God.
face?
Yeah, you live.
Because I'm not, she mentioned it.
Okay.
She was like,
Yeah, it does say live.
Yeah.
You live.
How did you change? But I mean, I met her through Monzi.
Behind the scenes. So then
Oh.
Yeah,
giving a bit
so I
of
came
brief
there.
how we prepare.
You
Get ready.
And y'all don't even understand. Guess where we at? We're live.
Yeah.
We're live right now. Boy, I'm telling you, to God be the glory, he does all things well. My goodness. So we just came on a little early here. Oh my God. So we want to thank you all again. Boy, for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour gospel and music station. The Eyes of the Conscience Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. the Cafe the Blue Lounge, where there are 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own. So we always ask you to vibe out to fireside chats and be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. On the Eyes of the on the corner, you can always catch on the Cafe the Blue Lounge. We definitely do the Hood Scholars, and this is the Artist Talk. We showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, gospel and R&B rappers from around the Bay Area to across the globe. They share their creative process and their lived experience. The second part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and creative work of today's brilliant mind, along with the geniuses from our past. We are preserving African American history and culture in order to keep our legacy alive. Also, the other part of the corner could be She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. This is where you will hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what the Lord has done and is doing in their lives, which are inspirational messages. Also, we are highlighting golden light affirmations to impart healing medicine and the soul of the brilliant minds today. Every second Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., we have the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. He is a physician assistant. This is where we believe building a better tomorrow starts with us. Topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe taking care of our temple, mind, and spirit is essential to having mental wellness, healthy eating habits, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday of the month, we have Education is the Best Medicine, hosted by the founder and producer, Mr. George Pearson. Education is the Best Medicine is a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization which is community-based, health educational-based, advocacy-based, and a resource-based organization. This that uses public media, resources, newspapers, and church-based community health fairs to provide health information and education. We believe vision is the art of seeing things yet unseen and bringing light to a very dark world. Every fourth Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., we have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show, hosted by Ms.Barbara Howard, aka Sistah Mellow, founder and producer of the Eyes of the Conscience Soul. And then we also have the Doc with me. And then we have the Prince of Hearts, and you know them by Diego and by Mr. KJ. And then we're missing one, Mr. Chan. He's not here with us today, but we want to thank him for his services. We have real talk conversations with organizations, individuals, and community leaders that, and business owners from around the Bay Area to across the globe, they share the different things that the different commitments that they're making in our community. Boy, that was busy, but that's all right because God is good. Every fifth Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care, which is a new radio spot, and we highlight mental wellness and reentry. So today's special show on the Eyes of the Conscience, so the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young and Adult Radio show, we have a special guest in the house with us today. But I want to make sure that the doc say hello to you, the Prince of Hearts, and then we'll introduce our guest.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Diego. It's good to be back with all you. Most of you know me as the Doc.
The Doc.
Peace and love. The Prince of Hearts here. My name is Khantane Jackson, also known as KJ. And it's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me again.
Oh, for sure. You guys are my co-hosts. It's been a minute, but you're here and you never divine time, divine order. You know, you guys have been busy because you guys are over programs. So it's a lot. Your lives are full. And but we're grateful and thankful to have you here. And in the absence of my co-host on the corner, the Cafe Labu Lounge is Rose Resenity. And we also is going to have Joaquin. Joaquin is going to be a host on that show. So what we want to say to our family and friends, we're thankful and grateful that you are tuned in. Please tell a friend or family member to get on and tap in with us today. But today the theme of today is called "It's Your Time to Shine." So we have a special guest in here with us, and his name is Jeremy. What's your last name? Laverne. Jeremy Laverne. And so, Mr. Jeremy, we're going to go right into the show, and we want to first of all say thank you. Thank you for being here, and we appreciate it.
Look, thank you for letting me be here. I feel awesome. God is good. And I just want to just say I'm living my best life right now. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I want to thank Mr. Chancellor for the voice for connecting us with you. And we're grateful and thankful to that.
Yeah.
So what I do want you to do before we do our show, we always give kudos to our family, friends, or whoever. It's like, no, you were not on show. And you didn't say nothing about us, because we know those are the shoulders that we're standing on, shoulders and backs that we're standing on, and the journey. So we want to let you share light.
Okay, first, I want to give the first shout out is God.
Yeah.
First, God, he been blessing me, he been giving me so much. I just can't believe it. I can't believe I'm here right now.
Yeah.
If you can understand my whole life story, but we will get to it. But first, my mom. Love my mom. I got to shout out to my mom. I got to shout out to my dad. We're good. We on good terms. It made me feel good. It made me feel whole.
Right.
Shout out to my brother Adonis, my sister Sydney, my grandma, my whole family. We'll get into it. And I have so much family waiting on me right now. And we get ready to celebrate my birthday. So it's shout out to so many people, man. Damo, you my friend.
Damo, we thank you.
Kalechi,
Kalechi, we thank you.
I know him since the 4th grade, man. He dropped me off here. There's so many because it's gonna be a whole list. So
kudos to the whole family and friends and community.
Shout out to everybody, man. I love y'all. God.
Well, we appreciate you sharing the light and giving them their kudos, because this is important for us to always acknowledge the people that have been in our corner and that have stuck with us through the good, the bad, the ugly, the challenging. So we're grateful to have to be able to share with them that we love them and appreciate them. But we always want our folks and our audience to know that on our behalf, we know that everybody's story counts, and good, bad, ugly, challenging, whatever the case may be. Your story, your life story is important for other people to learn from, hear from, be encouraged from, and be inspired by. And then that's what I hopefully, prayerfully, that I do for my community is I share all the time is that my platform is not only my platform is supposed to be to help encourage others, because that I believe is a part of my purpose in this world. So I'm grateful to have this opportunity to be able to do that. And on that note, if you can start off. Oh, let me ask how you doing, Doc, and how you doing, KJ. Look. Back me up, y'all. Be like this is me. Wait. Go ahead.
All good. So yeah, like I mentioned, doing good. Been real busy, working on a few community projects here in East Oakland. Definitely, if anybody is interested in looking for volunteer opportunities, head over to homiesempowerment.com. Fill out the volunteer form app. At Homies Empowerment, we have the privilege to be serving our community in what we call a good way.
Yes.
We're an organization that's growing and learning with the community. So please come be a part of it. Come help sustain the work happening at the Freedom Store every Tuesday, where they're, in solidarity with community, making fresh produce available for free. Come out on Wednesdays at the Homies Helping Homies thrift store, where it's our free clothing store. Come check out Viviana and the Homies Care team. Shout out to OG Rev. Come check out the Freedom Farm on 105th and Mac, where we're choosing to grow our own produce, grown in Oakland for the people of Oakland. So come check it out. The day today is shining bright. So please feel free to connect with Brother Kenyatta at the Freedom Farm. Check out our Freedom School.
Yes.
Applications open now. Sister B is an instructor, a teacher at the Freedom School. So if you have any 8th graders going on to 9th grade, definitely have them apply. We got 10 slots. It's an independent school designed to be small and focused on purpose. So check that out at the website. And lastly, I definitely don't want to forget all the youth programs. Find ways to help sustain the work, such as Dream Arts and Activism.
Yes.
That is working with 22 youth from Oakland, a few from San Leandro, but representing 9 different high schools. So this is a place where youth get to express themselves and also use their art as their advocacy in our community, all with the intention to, really go out there and let's create that community we're deserving of. So check us out at homiesempowerment.com. So we've been a little busy, Sister B, but I'm so glad to be here.
We've been busy, but it's all good. You've been doing, you're good busy. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing, brother, and HHREC. Give us the program and all that kind of good stuff. What's coming up that we have there?
Very blessed in the line. Busy as well, and honestly tired. And so just learning how to balance that out and like to really have good rest. Because there's a lot of moving parts, holding space for a lot of vibrations right now. But I work for a nonprofit, the Health and Human Research Education Center. It's a long name, we call it SHRDC. And there's a program called Downtown Tay, and Downtown Tay services anyone from 16 to 25 in Alameda County. And we have been really engaged in relating college recently. We just did a workshop at the Umoja program.
Yes.
And it was a beautiful workshop, an art workshop, and it focused on like manifestation and planting seeds and staying rooted. Like, not just planting
wait. Back up. Planting seeds and staying rooted. Go ahead.
And not just planting seeds, but like, how are you going to water this seed every day? Because the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit.
Now say that again. The day you plant the seed.
The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit.
It's not the day you eat the fruit, and you gotta wait for the harvest.
So
patience.
Really, at Downtown Tay, really focus on holistic supporting the youth. So the temple, the mind, and the spirit. And so like really just anyone who wants to connect with Downtown Tay, definitely feel free to check us out. We're right by Laney College. I'm across from the football field. And I'm also connected with 2 other organizations I would like to shout out.
For sure.
RJoy, Restorative Justice for Oakland Youth. Doing a lot of work.
Say that one again.
RJoy. So Restorative Justice for Oakland Youth.
Okay.
Doing a lot of work with circle keeping and circle principles and practices. So they run circles at a lot of OUSD high schools and in the community as well. And the Youth Advisory Board. So the Youth Advisory Board is a group that fights to end and prevent youth homelessness in Alameda County. There's a lot of young people who are suffering right now in silence or maybe need help. And so I'm just glad to be a part of that group as well, and just really helping to reach the unhoused community.
Well, it's really important. Thank you both for sharing, and it's really, and I'm so grateful that you guys are my co-host. Yes, yes, yes. It is important for us to make sure that we highlight the different work that's going on in our community because we're doing it. We just not talking the talk. We're walking the walk, and we're walking the journey, and we're on the journey with our people in our community. So we're grateful and thankful for the work that you guys are doing, and that leads into you, my brother, as a community. Family, a part of our community and our family. And I know you have a beautiful journey and story to tell. And like I said, every part of our stories and our journeys are important because it shapes us into who we are today. So I believe that there's no mistakes. There may be challenging things that we may go through, but there's no mistakes. And as I always share with the youth in art, when you're doing art, there's no mistake in art. So when you're creating and you're being transformed and whatever we may be doing, it's all a part of our journey. So embrace it and don't shy from it, but embrace it. So we're grateful and thankful that you have embraced your journey. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing and then lead us into sharing information as we're here also to share with parents that may have children and young adults that they're dealing with. And we're allowing you guys to share your experience, and because it could be the same thing that their children or cousins or nieces, nothing, grandsons may be going through, because you guys have the lived experience. Miss B, don't. I'm not a man, don't want to be a man. I mean, hey, I respect the game on that, but I love being who I am, and that's a queen. So, but I'm grateful and thankful to have this opportunity to be amongst young kings. So it's in the Prince of Heart. Look at that. We got but you know how Miss B do. But tell us a little bit about where you live, where you lived, and give us a little bit about your upbringing.
So my name is Jeremy Laverne. I was born in Hayward, California in 1994. My parents, they got into divorce when I was like 1 or 2 years old. Don't really remember much, but most of the time I was raised with my father, who was used to be an ex-Marine, ex-military. So dad's strict, tough, get beatings,
But look, good luck. I'm kidding.
I'm just,
but I hear you. Believe me, I understand.
Already know.
Yeah.
So, my dad married my stepmom, Latanya Hill, and that's where I was able to meet my stepbrother. He's like 2 years younger than me. Then came along my sister. So we lived in East Oakland for a couple of years. Then we moved to Antioch around 2002 when I was 8 years old. So I'm really from Antioch. Now, during my time in Antioch, I seen a change. It used to be all suburbs, but when Section 8 hit, man, it must have hit. I don't know what happened, but my neighbors used to be, just picket fences and everything. And I was just people with the garage down, scrapers, cars, and everything. But I always been a shy kid growing up.
A shy kid growing
up. I'm just playing video games, just being me. By the time I reached high school, that's when all the trouble started coming. And I know where I went wrong, but I'm going to get to it.
Yes.
When at the age of 17, it's my last year. I'm a senior. And I'm getting ready to graduate. And yeah, there's a whole lot of pressure. So I was going through a couple mental things going on.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
It's real. We don't keep this real. Mental wellness is real. Go ahead.
Yes, it gets real. And I didn't know what the future holds for me and everything. So
before you step to say that, that's why NAMI Contra Costa is who I work for. One of the other organizations that I work for, and it is definitely important to share that this company, this organization, along with HHREC, along with Homies Empowerment, this is what we do. We help individuals with their mental wellness too, and the spirituality and who they are, finding who they are. So NAMI Contra Costa, we definitely want to give a shout out to them. Yeah, go ahead.
And you said something right there about finding who they are. Yes. So me back in the day, I said at the age of 17, I didn't know who I was.
Right.
And I had ideas of who I want to become. I want to become loved. Everybody want to become loved. But as kids and teenagers nowadays, they don't reach out. Sometimes they don't reach out and ask for it. Sometimes their
Mm.
parents don't even know what's going on.
Wow. And that's what they want.
Yeah.
It's just that simple piece
Yes.
of love.
Yes.
Wow.
It takes two. Sometimes the parents reach out. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes the child reach out
Yeah.
and there is no response.
Mm-hmm.
So I was searching for love in the wrong places.
Yes.
I fell in love. I mean, I went in with the wrong crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I just took the SATs to get into a couple colleges.
Wow.
Which I got letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, from colleges, and I messed that up. So it was like my second, third month in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I started doing a string of armed robberies
Mm-hmm.
as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my role, I mean, I can completely talk about it. My role, I'm just aiding and abetting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now the difference, the thing about my case, there was about over 20 something robberies,
Mm.
stores, stuff like that. It's something similar on what you see on TV
Going on now.
Yes, and I do want to talk about that later on.
Yeah.
It's not worth it at all. It is
Yeah.
not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Let me tell you something. Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
We're grateful and thankful that you're brave enough
mhm.
and have the courage enough
Mhm.
to be able to come on here and share your story.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, are you before you when we leave this world,
Mhm.
all we have is our stories.
Yes.
So our stories are here to uplift, encourage, and motivate. So I just want to stop you and just say thank you
Yes.
for having the courage to even share.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when I got arrested,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't finish my high school. I didn't walk the stage.
Right.
And when I hit juvenile hall, I was located in Martinez,
Mm-hmm.
and there was kids there that didn't know how to read and write. So
Wow.
I seemed like the only person who know how to read and write. 'Cause,
Right.
I took that SATs. I was on my way to college. I mean, I had futures of going to UCLA
Uh-huh.
or Berkeley.
Mhm.
Really, Cal Berkeley.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm on my way. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it.
It ain't that you can't get there either.
So-
you can still do it now.
Yeah, it's a whole story. Right. I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna try to put everything, So it started off teaching kids, and sometimes I don't know the right words to say to them when they're in trouble. But something that I always did, always just lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my friends recently, he just added it. He said LBE, leading by example.
Mm-hmm.
LBE. So I finished high school.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a minute.
Congratulations.
It took me a minute, and sometimes it was hard. It was stressful because at the time when I got arrested, the first thing my attorney said, yeah, you're not coming home for a long time. And kids are cruel. I was facing 80 years to life.
Whew.
Yeah. Yeah.
My goodness.
Welcome to
80 years to life. Goodness.
Yes.
It's a blessing that you're sitting
Yes.
here in this chair
Yes.
to tell your story.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
I could only imagine
Come on, Doc.
the way listening to that, that's your entire life. When you said 17,
At the age of 17.
Wow.
Life is cut short. And this is why I walk around happy. I'm appreciating some of the small things. You guys don't know how good y'all take. There's people that's locked up, man, that won't do anything just to live under a bridge.
Wow.
I live with these people, we talk about it. We just want freedom.
Yeah.
When you take freedom from somebody, it hurts. It hurts because there's a whole lot of fathers that I was in there with, and they can't talk to their kids.
Yeah.
And sometimes when their kids is having problems at home,
Mm.
being molested or child,
Yeah. Let's keep this thing real up in here now.
You can't do nothing. You feel powerless.
Wow.
It hurts. It hurts. And
See, that's a different perspective because we only sometimes look at jails like, oh, they did the bad things. That's it. But not understanding that there's other things that they are also in there dealing with. Your kid out there getting all these things happening to him and you can't do anything. You're getting ready to say something. I see you on your head. What you getting ready to say?
I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
It's so much nuance with people being in this system. And I feel like not everyone first and foremost, I don't even believe in the prison system in America at all. So I don't agree with anyone being in the cage, and that's so inhumane in so many ways. And so I definitely hear everything you're saying. And I just wanted to say I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to
go ahead.
thank you for bringing in those voices that often don't get heard. So thank you for being able to uplift them in this space, and just really appreciating your journey. So looking forward to hearing more about it.
And I do have to say this: I can't imagine what the women go through.
Ooh.
You have a child, you can't even see the child. Sometimes you can't even hug the
Yeah.
baby, and there's nothing much that you can do about it.
Yeah.
But just keep breathing and just keep living life.
Mm.
In there, just try to make it. Just try to do the time.
Yeah.
So at that age, at 17 years old, when my attorney said 80 years of life, yeah, my mind went other places, like
Yeah.
dark times.
Yeah.
I never saw myself getting out anymore.
Who couldn't? The dark is gonna be there if you hear anybody hear that, especially a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And look, I'm an open book, and I'll tell you how it is. So, kids are some
Can
kids
be.
can be
Can be
cruel.
cruel.
They were saying they used to say things like, "Oh, by the time you get out, cars gonna be flying," which they kind of right. I got out. There are some things flying in the air.
Yeah.
Like, like I've never seen a drone before. I'm like, whoa, like, So, but I remember it was my birthday. I had to spend my 18th birthday in county jail. The youngest guy. I was still a teenager.
Yeah.
I'm 18 years old, and I go into county jail, Martinez County Jail, room 9. People know about it. It smells. There's all sorts of people there. And like I admit, I was scared.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Who wouldn't be?
I was just a kid from Antioch, California. I'm not from these horror places where people will go in. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm from Oakland, I'm from the city, Richmond, whatever." Look, I'm from
But live
Antioch,
the street
California.
life, I would say.
Yes. So I'm like the only teenager from Antioch, and I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest person in county jail. So what I did, my survival, I was trying to survive, and it was something that I did. Like I used to watch and learn. I was soaking everything up like a sponge, and I always try to keep good people around me. Now there was some struggles. By the age of 19 and 20, I participated in bad acts where I should not be doing violence.
Yeah.
Violence, and it's when you're in an environment, sometimes there's a whole bunch of influences.
Yeah.
And you feel like you got to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But you got to do it to survive. It's either you harm them or they harm you. So yeah, and I was going through trial, and I had some friends that was supposed to be my friends, but I had 2 people they took a deal, so they was getting ready to testify on me, and I was facing a whole lot of years. So, and then we all know the rules on the streets: don't talk, don't snitch, whatever it is, and the DA would not give me a good deal or whatever. The only deal that she can give me was 12 years, 2 strikes, and get on the stand. To me, I was like, there's no deal. I mean, I'm young, and anything over 10 years was like, it seemed like life to us.
Of course.
Like
18 years old, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Like at 18, your brain's still developing.
Say that again.
Yeah, you're 18, your brain's still developing. What is it, 25 to 27? All that is still happening. Imagining the condition.
Yeah.
And the impact that has. But yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of spoiler. That's kind of how I got out. So, and I have to say this, RP, my brother Armando, kid from Pittsburgh. Yes. His deal was 34 years. He wasn't taking nothing. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got touched in these robberies. And we were just teenagers at the time. So eventually I went to trial. My trial took about almost 2 months. I had like 40 some witnesses. It was a long trial. It was a long trial. And my belief in the court system, it changes over this one little incident that I'm not going to really get into the detail. But there is some moments in the courtroom where it's like, I know you probably seen this in the movie, when it's like, oh, he's innocent. Wait, that wasn't him. Everybody, the judge, and like, oh, wow, okay, maybe he didn't do that one. But VA, just push through. And that's when like my belief in the court system really changed.
Mm.
I'm like, I don't know. It's just about justice and fairness, what's going on. So enough about that. Moving forward, I reached I got to the I got to San Quentin in 2014.
Holy Jesus.
2014. And like I remember somebody was telling me, like, man, as soon as you get in San Quentin, it's a song called what's it like, Welcome to the Jungle, like that.
That's the name. That's what they're saying in there.
No, but it's like it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's
Right.
like, yeah, you see all these people just,
Oh my,
like
Lord.
all these people shouting out, and
So it's real.
no, it's real.
So it's real.
Oh, yeah, it's real. I'm like,
So
all right.
let me stop you right there. So what we're also trying to share with our community is that don't get caught up. We're asking the family members and the youth, and please be mindful of who you're surrounding yourself around, who is influencing you. That cell phone can influence you, and all just be careful and mindful about who and what you are actually doing out there. You can harm someone, you can harm yourself, and it's not worth it. As you started the show, is that it's not worth it. And we're saying to a mom or a dad, a grandma that may be dealing with a young man that's facing or it's going through exactly what you've been through. And what would you say to the mother, the grandma, the father, the grandfather, the grandmother? What would you say to them? You talked about earlier about love. So can we safely say that we have to give tough love, but we have to make sure we're giving love to our community and to our people? Would you say, what would you say about that?
It's what I want to tell you.
And then I'm gonna ask both of you guys the same thing. What should we be doing as a community, as a family, with what's happening today? How can we come up with different solutions to make this to help
What
with
I
the
wanna say to all the parents out there, and
yes.
I want to say get involved, but it's not
Get
just,
involved,
It's not,
okay.
It's not just saying just get involved. Ask them what's wrong. Ask them questions.
Okay.
Do some kind of activities. When you do activities with your kid or your child, you form a better bond. You know,
Mhm.
and in your kids, teenagers, they become more open.
Mm.
And when they become more open, they feel free to express
Mhm.
of what's really going on.
Mhm.
Hey, Dad, this is bothering me. Hey, Mom, I feel scary. I feel scared about this situation, or
Right.
I'm feeling nervous, or can you help me out with something? I mean, there's so many ways. Just do some kind of activity. Just get involved with your kids.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. What is your take on that? What should the community family be doing with our young folks? How do we get through?
I mean, honestly, you cannot give up.
Can't give up.
You cannot
Okay.
give up, because a lot of times I hear how hopeless it is in
Mm.
this generation,
Mhm.
and how things are never going to change. And the cliche about be the change you want to see is real. And I think that for families and parents, like, you have to really stay in tune with your child and yourself as well. But you have to communication, like the communication is big. The messages that you give them is big. I'm really big on affirmations, and like really affirming to your child, like, you are greater than what the society, the image that society has for you, and the system that they want to trap you in is not. You don't have to get caught up in that. And so, like, really affirming that power into them, I think is like one of the biggest things, like the communication.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I think what comes up for me is being able to show up and accept them as they are, and all the things. They're sacred. When you consider them like they're sacred, this is, the most. Then you'll treat it such as you'll speak to them in that way. So I think that even looking at it from a perspective of being a parent, with two little ones, one of the things that I try to practice is it is the communication. You
Mm,
know,
you just said communication and love. Yeah.
If you grew up with a certain thing that, like, man, this impacted me in
Yeah.
that way, you
Mhm.
have that understanding of it. Well, that action, like you were saying, like apply the action to do it differently, in a good way, and go from there.
Wow. Well, you have been tuned in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station. The Eyes of the Conscience Soul with Sister B Mellow and all of the other hosts comes to you live every Saturday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The first Saturday of the month, we have the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, which is that has 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. So each corner could be either broke down into 15 minutes for each one of the corners, or you can do a whole segment of 45 minutes on one of the actual topics. So under the corner, the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge is the Artist Talk, Why I Dream, She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. Every second Saturday of the month, we have the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. And then every fourth Saturday, the second Saturday of the month is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. The third Saturday of the month is Education is the Best Medicine. Every fourth Saturday of the month is the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show, which you are tuned in and tapped in today. And then every fifth Saturday of the month is a new show that's called Voices That Care, and we highlight reentry and mental wellness. But today you have tuned in to the hot topic, It's Your Time to Shine. So even though we're on this journey, we want folks to know that this actual transformation by this young man sitting here today is his time to shine and give back to the community that he did some bad things to. So he now is in a position to be able to come back out, reinvent himself, recreate his purpose, a part of his purpose in his life, because purpose is always there. It's just us being able to tap into it. So we're grateful and thankful to have you here, Mr. Jeremy, for allowing us to hear your story and be empowered. And then we have our two brothers on the side that's able to identify. This is about lived experience. As I said, you guys can talk to our community where I can't talk to our community. There's things that you guys can say that I know nothing about. I'm not a guy. So, I can't tap into that, even though I have a son, he's 30, just turned 34. I love him. Thank you, Leandre Bodie. And, but to have young men and young adults to be able to share this information is just priceless. The things that we're sharing today. I definitely want to now, as we transition from you coming from San Quentin and then now sharing the other part of your story about what are you doing now and family life and all that kind of good stuff. Share that after you do that transition from there.
So I got out of prison, and the only reason I got out of prison because the new science came out saying that by the time you turn 25,
wow,
yeah, because your brain is not developed when you're 18, 19, 20, 21. Until you turn 25, that's when you can say you're an adult. Your brain is fully developed. So that got me out of prison.
Wow.
And before I go, I do got to get a shout out to Tamisha. She was on here.
Yeah.
And I went
city council person we had from Antioch. We had on like 2 shows ago.
And it's important for me to let people know that there is a cause and effect going on right now.
Yes.
Everything you do, people are watching, but there is an effect. It can be negative or positive. There was so many people rooting for prison reforms, and like the people inside. I want to let everybody know the people inside are rooting for y'all. They're rooting. They hear you.
Wow.
They hear it.
Okay.
So I just want to say that part. Now continue. When I got out of prison, I went to go stay at the Men of Valor on International Boulevard. While I was waiting to get into the CROP program. The CROP program, creating restorative opportunity programs.
Okay.
So it's a workforce development program that get people from that was incarcerated and train them in UX design or tech sales.
Oh wow.
Because
Okay.
there's so many other programs that train convicted felons into welding and other trades.
Mhm.
So this program is completely new.
And say that program again, please.
Crop Restorative Opportunity Program.
Okay.
CROP organization.
Okay.
It's located in West Oakland.
Okay.
So when I got there, my life just completely changed.
Wow.
I got there with little skills and I have to learn everything. Again, I was incarcerated at the age of 17.
Right.
I got out.
That's a whole different world.
Yes, I was close to 29 years old. I didn't have any life skills. I mean, I can read everything. I can read everything from a book, but experience that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
When it comes to social media, I didn't really know anything about that. I mean, I had a couple of embarrassing moments trying to use Apple Pay. I don't know, and it looks weird because when people see me, I look young. Like I look like I'm 23.
Right.
Like they look at me.
Right.
They see.
How old are you?
Oh well, yeah, my birthday just passed, so I'm 30 right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So unless that was prison that did this, but I don't know. But, I'm 30 years old, and I've been out a year.
Oh,
I've
congratulations!
Been out a year, and look, before. Oh my God, there's so many things I want to say.
Go ahead.
While I was incarcerated, I seen this woman named Shelly Winters. She was a white woman, but she was also formerly she was incarcerated. She got out and she did all the self-help.
Right.
And I saw her on PBS. I saw her story. So she got out and she wanted to work for Microsoft. She got in, and then when Microsoft found out that she was a felon,
oh wow,
she got let go. She came back and sued Microsoft.
Well, we ain't gonna tell her story.
Yep.
But that's you can find this in if you Google it, you can find this information. So
PBS.
On PBS. Okay.
So when I was watching this story on PBS, I was like, man, I wish I could meet her one day.
Wow. See?
I wish I could meet her one day. Because I love seeing people that came from like my background.
Right.
Just from being incarcerated.
Yes.
And making it. I love I just love the story. And one day I was able to meet her.
Wow.
I took pictures with her.
Yeah.
I did interviews with her. And then like just last week I did a huge presentation in front of like these huge decision makers from these other tech companies. It was something.
Congratulations to you.
Yes. I did.
Congratulations to you.
I did a master class presentation where because I had some technical difficulties in my presentation, it made my presentation so much better. Right. Because my theme of my presentation was about falling forward. It was a Denzel Washington had a YouTube speech, motivational speech about falling forward. And just because I had technical difficulties, it made my presentation so much better. And like after that, I just been like moonwalking on the moon this whole time. I've been like, I've been happy. Like, I've been happy. Everything in my life is just it's just shining. Like,
it's your time to shine. Yeah. That's the thing.
Even like if my losses look like wins.
There we go. And there are no losses.
Yeah.
No losses. We ain't losing over here. Ain't no, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, there's no losses, and the stepping stones to our journeys is all a part of the journey. But go ahead.
The only loss is never trying.
Ooh, say that again, Doc.
Yeah. The only loss is never trying.
The only loss is never trying. Come on.
Never trying. And what I want people to learn from me is that I failed at many things, but I kept on.
That's what you just said.
I took statistics like 3 times. And we all know how irritating that.
I took that in Laney.
Yeah.
But thank God I passed it too. I passed it too. Yeah. And the Emoja program is part of the Emoja. I was under the statistics with them. So yes, Lord.
Yeah, but there's so many things that I failed in. I always just.
But you here, yes.
And I win.
That's right.
I just got my driver's license a couple months ago.
Wow. Okay.
I failed because I was driving too slow.
But that's good. Oh
Man,
Lord.
driving too slow in Oakland. I'm like, there's a lot of potholes going on.
Okay, you better.
You know what's going on. Be balanced.
I'm like, it's 2 ways for me to drive. I can drive slow. I can drive slow.
That's
So
more slow drivers. You gotta put that.
Exactly. We
But-
need it.
eventually, I passed it.
All
I
right.
passed it on a rainy day. I don't know how, but
Wow.
I passed it. You know, it was a huge accomplishment. It was a milestone because me being able to drive legally. I
Come
felt-
on now.
I felt that independent. That I felt that independency, something that I've
Yes.
been chasing since a kid. And
Wow.
that's one of the reasons why that I did what I did as a kid, because I wanted that freedom. I wanted to be independent. I wanted
Yeah.
to spend money when I feel like it.
Right.
But I also just wanted to be free, also mobile. You know, I just feel like I'm my own man.
Yeah.
You know, and like so, just getting a car is being legal. Everything legit. I bought a car too. And I did
Congratulations.
I did it like almost all on my own. Like
It-
it was something that I wanted to prove to my father, and he had money to the side. Look, I give you a car. I said, hold that thought.
Yeah.
Let me try this on my own. Because the best teacher is life.
That's whoo.
And I want to know.
Come on,
I wanna
KJ. I know you got the.
I want to know. I need to prove to myself that I can do this.
That's right.
I did a lot of things on my own, figuring out. And look, Google and YouTube was my best friend. Yes, yeah. If you go through my history, it's whole how to do laundry, how to cook this, how to cook some chicken. Like I mean, I did everything. I did not have any life skills, but I learned it on my own. I took the time and studied, and you know, this is right here. This is the test, and like I'm winning.
Yay.
Oh man, I mean that's just I'm winning.
Yay.
I'm winning, man.
You got some
I'm winning.
Yeah, no, definitely, and more for you, especially in the remainder of this year and the one following, and all the way forward. All the blessings for you. And I was just, really, inspired about how, you only set out not only like, the support is there, it's great, but really trying to take on to learn it, brain it. So I really hope that anybody else that's listening, that they really take that as an example.
I must say this. One of the main reasons why I did what I did, because without accepting all the support, I did it because I wanted to prove something, that there's people that could be inside listening or whatever, but that it's possible.
Yeah.
Some people believe like they can't do it because they don't have the support or they don't have family.
Look,
I did it. I
believe
did
in
it.
yourself. And you can
I
do
did
it.
it. In about like next month, I'm going to move to a house or an apartment. I have everything on my own with this a year out of prison.
Yeah.
A year out of prison.
And all the things that you accomplished in that time.
Yes.
Setting your mind to it and saying that you're gonna win, even though things happen, you still didn't just let that like take you out. It's like, okay, hey, I gotta rise to the next level and get up. Okay.
If you don't mind, I kind of have
Oh.
a question. I'm just wondering, like, when you got out, how did you avoid like the negative influence? And
That's
then
good.
back into what you was
Come
into
on.
before you, how you were to say on course.
Yeah, because this is very important. This is why people go back. Okay, it's the environment. I used to talk to people about people who have bad drug addictions.
Mm-hmm.
If you're around it, I mean, what are the chances of you going back? So when I have people that we stay in contact.
Yes.
They got out of prison just like me, and we always stay, in contact. And that by itself almost create like an environment or some type of
Community.
you know what I'm saying?
You're creating a community.
Yeah. So if there's anybody I need to talk to, I can go. I can talk. I can speed down right now.
That's right.
And like I can hear some positive wisdom.
Right.
Like, oh, you can do this. You got it. You can do this. All we need is that extra push.
Yeah.
And it's stay around good people. I can tell who you are about who you messing with.
Woo!
I'm just letting you know. If I see you messing with a whole bunch of people that's up to no good, well, look, gotta work on yourself. So I remember somebody told me that, and I was hanging around with some wrong people. So I was like, man, let me start messing with, hang around with positive people. And every time I did that, it just opened up opportunities and doors. I'm here right now. And
that's the key, is that the opportunities are there and resources are there. You just have to, sometimes you, like you said, you have to find it. You go on Google, pull it in there. Look, I need this particular organization, blah, 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 doing this or whatever. And make those connections. And God says, when you help yourself, I'll help you even more. He already has it planned for you, but it's like you have to do something too. It's like we just can't not just do anything. And you are taking control of your own destiny. And this is what I have a nonprofit. It's called BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. And what we do, we empower youth to take control of their own destiny. We give them the tools that they need to reach their fullest potential in life. And that's our mission. So with that, the eyes of the conscience. So BH Brilliant Minds kind of grew out of that part too. So I've had that nonprofit for since 2002. However, we do the community projects. We do the different things that's going on. Matter of fact, we have our Phenomenal Woman event that we have coming up, and that's going to be Friday, March the 22nd at Joyce Gordon Gallery. It's 406 14th Street, Oakland, California. It's Friday, March the 22nd. Excuse me. A free event from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And what we do, we highlight and honor Harriet Tubman, her birthday. So we do a Phenomenal Woman event, and we're going to have a panel discussion and all of that kind of good stuff. It's open for men to come to and support the women. But yeah, KJ was there. And and the Black Women's Media and Wellness Project has collaborated with us, and they're from HHREC too. So we have that particular program coming up. And then we also have our 17th annual Juneteenth celebration and street festival. And that's going to be Saturday, June the 22nd, 2024. It's a day after my birthday. My birthday is June the 21st. So I kind of like celebrate that. Yeah, save the date. It's a save the date. That's right. So save the date on those events. Is there a save the date on any other programs that we have coming up from Homies Empowerment and from HHREC Downtown Tay? Well, they can always go on our websites. You have something coming up?
Coming soon. Dates will come out at a later time. So definitely check out our social medias. But Homies Empowerment, along working with Department of Violence Prevention and other organizations such as Tribe, are going to be doing yet again town nights. These are free events in the community happening all over. So we got a few folks that are going to the meetings. It's in the works. So definitely check out what's happening in your community, especially if you're out here from the town.
If you out here and the roads say town business, Miss Auntie, town business. We up here taking care of town business. But what is most important, and then we also EOYCD is having their Black History celebration. It's going to be February the 29th from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And it's a free event. So we want you guys to come out and celebrate them too. It's 8200 International Boulevard, East Oakland Youth Development Center. Definitely check them out. And again, Nami Contra Costa. We have go on Nami Contra Costa website, and you can see the upcoming event that we have is 40 Voices Heard, talking about how we have created and moving forward with an African-American holistic resource hub in Antioch, California. So the executive director, Ms. Gigi Crowder, we want to give kudos to her for leading that for us, and with the Black Minds Matter too. That's her organization that she leads. But definitely pull up these organizations, because they have some great things going on in our actual community. Again, we want to say thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station. The Eyes of the Conscience Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, which on the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge is called The Corner. And it's the artist talk, Why I Dream, She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. Every second Saturday is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. Every third Saturday of the month is The Education is the Best Medicine, the founder and producer, Mr. George Pearson. And then every fourth Saturday of the month, we have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult radio show, where we have hot topics and we talk about real life experiences. Every fifth Saturday of the month, we have the Voices That Care, and we talk about mental wellness and reentry. Boy, time flies when you're having fun, but we got 6 more minutes, and we're going to keep this rolling and moving forward. And we're grateful and thankful to you again, Mr. Jeremy, for coming in. I want to thank my co-hosts for always tapping in to their brilliance and making this a family affair, and we do a dance together. So they come in, I come in, and this is what we're supposed to be in here doing. So with the thank you for sharing those organizations that's doing that beautiful work in our community, because this is what it's about. We're here to give out resources, information, education to help our community and folks all around the world to be able to tap in to what we're doing and make those connections, and most importantly, understanding what's happening in the lives of our people, especially with the young folks, young adults, you guys, the gentlemen, the young ladies, everybody. So I'm grateful and thankful to have that opportunity to do that. So with that, what are you doing for self-care? What is it? What's going on for self-care for right now?
Self-care is getting my mind right. Okay, so what I've been doing, I'm getting back to meditating. Okay. And like I notice when I don't meditate, my whole work-life balance becomes a little bit off. And just like last year, I kind of almost had my first panic attack. I didn't understand why, what was going on. But it's meditation and like listening to like inspirational like speeches and stuff on YouTube. And like even like my history on YouTube is all about inspirational speeches and motivation. Like, it just hearing like something good out of the day, So that's what I'm doing for self-care, and I do like just walking around Lake Merritt. I mean, you may have seen me just walking around Lake Merritt, just just
the outdoors.
Yes, yes. It's been raining, but
hey,
sometimes I still not enjoy it.
Yes, you should.
I love the rain. I don't think it's ugly.
No, it's not.
It's a beautiful thing to me.
Nothing will grow without rain. Yeah. So in our lives, there's different situations. If the grass is brown, it needs the rain in order for it to grow. So good, bad, challenging in our lives, those things, they're seasons in our lives. So with that, we have to have the rain. I love the maize. Sunshine, rain, sunshine, rain, heartache and pain, whatever the case, that's the song. So that's a part of life, and it's going to be, but the rain is a good thing. The rain is a good thing. It allows you to cleanse yourself. It allows you to just focus off of, and it's washing away all the toxicity and different things in our minds and our spirits and the atmosphere and all of that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
And there's one more thing that I do for self-care is that at least once a week, I always call a friend. I always talk to them.
That's cool.
It's all about taking the mask off.
Come on.
You in the car with a guy. No, look, we're having like a brotherly conversation. I'm getting advice. I'm getting like encouragement. There should be nothing wrong with that. So I do get that once a week, and I have like so many people on my phone that I can call as a friend or brother. I can have all these followers on Instagram. Yeah. But who's gonna really like check in with me? So once I have that, once I know I have that, I mean, like it just brings joy in my life. I feel love. Something I've been chasing.
There it is.
Back to the love, community, family, folks all over the world. Barb Molly says, "One love. We gotta bring the love back in one heart, back into the community, into what we're doing." Because like I said, when you dead and gone, you can't take your house, can't take your car, can't take your money, can't take you none of these. What are you actually doing for the human being? How do I see you? You see me, because this is what life to me is really all about. It's about that. So what are you doing, brother, for self-care? And then I'll come over there to you too, brother.
So self-care 2024, something definitely getting back into the practice of starting again with gratitude and trying to be a little bit more critical, because it's very easy to be like, well, I'm grateful, I got a roof over my head, some food and things like that. But really appreciating like even the small moments,
Mm.
the frustration, like that's
Ooh, watch
key.
yourself, Doc.
Being able to meditate like that, to give the self, the time to really, like if I'm feeling my emotions starting to elevate, because my body is gonna feel it.
Yes.
Like that's my cue to be like, all right, I gotta understand that,
Mm.
because I could run with a narrative of all the reasons why, because of this and that. But I think one thing for my mental wellness has been trying to get into the practice of going, I already know all the reasons. Yes, I already got that, but let me move, get the movement, get the thing done, let this pass, experience it, move on, And if I could do it with joy,
Yeah.
that's the bonus. So not easy, but just a thought as we were talking about earlier today, those affirmations and the things. I'm thinking of the words, something like this, but Fannie Lou Hamer, inspired because of the Freedom Farm.
Yeah.
Like Fannie Lou Hamer, activists from the South, would say something that you could pray until you turn blue in the face. God, something about like, God's not gonna put it on your lap unless you get up and do something about it.
Ooh.
So we got some challenges and we got some stuff to work on. Pray about it, but get up and do something about it.
Come on now.
Ooh, I would have to say the sounds and vibrations lately. Like I've been really just listening to really positive, inspirational music. Just music that feeds my soul and feeds my spirit. And honestly, I'm a big dancer. So I say dancing is like one of my biggest things to do for self care, because when I listen to the music and I just the movement, it's like I get lost and it's like ego is not in the moment, and I just love that it just recharges me every time.
Wow. Well, wow. I want to thank you all for my host, my co-host, and for our guests, our special guests. We'll have you back again. But the Eyes of the Conscious Soul want to thank you for coming on and sharing your truth. And we know that you're out there shining.
Yeah.
It's your time to shine. It's our time to shine. It's our time for our community to continue to shine, and the work that the folks that's in the community, you got Homies Empowerment, HHREC, Downtown Tay, and then Crops. So you have CROP. You have the different organizations and BH Bring Your Minds Project Inc. That's out there shining and doing the work in our community to help our community be better. We definitely want to thank our sponsor, Elevate Gospel Ministries, Pastor Larry Austin. I want to thank him for being a sponsor for this show. Education is the best medicine, BH Bring Your Minds Project Inc., and Ms.Barbara Howard Consulting. I want to thank them for being a sponsor for this show. And we want to say good night to our community. Be safe, love on each other, and be peaceful. And it's joy and pain, sunshine and rain from Maze. I'm like, wait a minute. I know that song. That's one of my songs that helped me. That's my self-care, my music, and dancing too. But good night, family. And thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music stations that brings to you the Eyes of the Conscious Soul every Saturday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Good night.